Hello, dear students. My name is Bankeswar Panigrahi, Faculty, BCA Department, Chikri Mahavidyalaya. In our last session, we have discussed about time division multiple essays. Today, we are going to discuss about what is a computer network and advantages of computer network and disadvantages of computer network, and also some components of computer network. So before going through the topic, first we have to know that what is a computer network. As I have told you before, when the number of terminals are interconnected with each other, either directly or indirectly, and they transfer the information among them, is known as network. So what is a network? When the number of terminals are interconnected with each other directly or indirectly to transfer information among them is called as network. So here the notes: computer network. A computer network is a group of two or more interconnected computer systems, or you can establish a network connection using either cable or wireless media. Here cable means data transmission mediums or medias that are maybe guided media or unguided media. Okay. So next point is there. Every network involves hardware and software that connects computers and tools, because when we want to establish a network connection, there we have to implement some hardware devices as well as software techniques to fulfill our requirement by using the networking. Okay. So what are the different types of network components we are using are given as follows. What are they? So first one is switch. So what is a switch? Switches works as a controller which connects computers, printers and other hardware devices to a network in a campus or a building. It allows devices on your network to communicate with each other as well as with other networks. It helps you to share resources and reduce the costing of any organization. That means the main functionality of switch is it passes or jumps a message from one device to another device or from one location to another location. That's why, and the switch will control the data flow of the different devices in a networking. That's why it is called as a controller. Okay, so it is all about the switch. So next one is router. So what is the function of router? The router will discover the path or the route by which the message can transmit easily and error free to the destination node. It is given here. Routers help you to connect with multiple networks. This networking component acts as a dispatcher which allows you to analyze data sent across a network. It automatically selects the best route for data to travel and send it on its way. Okay, as I have told, it discovers the path or the route. By using that route, the message will transmit or the data will transmit or send from one location to another location smoothly and error free. Okay, so this is all about the router. What is the third component? That is server. So what is server? Servers are computers that hold shared programs, files, and the network operating system. That means server has the ability to store a huge amount of programs, files, and different type of network operating systems. Servers allow access to network resources to all the users of the network. That means when a user wants to accessing some files, then he may communicate with the server and access those files in a networking. So this is all about the server. But the next, the clients. Clients, we are the clients and all the users are called as clients. So clients are computer devices which access and uses the network as well as shares network resources. They are also users of the network as they can send and receive requests from the server. That means a sender or a client can send a request to the server, and if the request will grant by the server, then server will also send some resources to the client, and the client will also receive that resources. This is called as client and server environment. Okay, or communication between client and server. So what is the next component is transmission media. So what is a transmission media? So it is a medium that connects both the sender and receiver to transfer some message or information or exchange some information among themselves. So it is of two types of medias are available. There, one is guided media and second one is unguided media. So here the notes are given. Transmission media is a carrier used to interconnect computers in a network, such as coaxial cable, twisted pair wire and optical fiber cable. It is also known as links, channels, that means communication channels or lines. So this is all about the transmission media. So next is network interface card. So what is the main meaning of interface? Interface means it is working as a mediator between the computer and the network. So network interface card works as a medium or the mediator between the computer and the network. So here it is given, network interface card sends, receives data and controls data flow between the computer and the network. It means these are the operations performed by the computer and the network are send some informations, receive some informations, and the data flow between the sender and receiver by using the network is controlled by the network interface card. It is next, that is local operating system. So local operating systems basically helps users or clients to access different files available within the computers. So it is given a local operating system which helps personal computers, means PCs, to access files, print to a local printer, and uses one or more disk and CD drives which are located on the computer. So these all operations are only possible when an operating system or a local operating system works successfully. If the local operating system will not work properly, then these all operations are not going to perform within our computer systems, and we can't connect clients and servers through the networks. So next is network operating system. So the network operating system, it is a program which runs on computers and servers. It allows the computers to communicate via network. Next is protocol. So what is a protocol? As I have told before, protocol is a set of rules and regulations that are defined at the both ends as well as in transmission medium. By following the rules and regulations, the two systems can communicate with each other, and there are so many different types of protocols are available. They are given here: Internet Protocol, Transmission Control Protocol, User Datagram Protocol, File Transfer Protocol, etc. So, what is a protocol? A protocol is the set of defined rules that allows two entities, that means two ends, to communicate across the network. Some standard protocols used for this purpose are IP, that means I have told Internet Protocol, TCP, that means Transmission Control Protocol, UDP means User Datagram Protocol, and FTP, that is File Transfer Protocol, etc. Okay. So next is hub. So hub generally working as a central device that is splits network connections into multiple computers. That is, it is a device that splits network connection into multiple computers. In generally, we are using the hubs in LAN connections within a colleges, buildings, homes, small offices, etc., where the device or the hub splits the single network connection into multiple networks or multiple computers. So it acts a distribution center. It acts as a distribution center so that the hub will receive the request and transmit it to the entire network So this is all about the hub. So hub is working as a central device that can split network connection into multiple computers. So next one is LAN cable. So LAN, the full form of LAN is here, local area network, as we have covered in our previous topics about the different types of computer networks, LAN, WAN, MAN and PAN. So LAN means local area network. So it is a cable also called as Ethernet or data cable. It is used for connecting a device to the internet. That means it is used as a connection to device to the internet. Next component is OSI. So what is OSI? Open System Interconnection. So it is a reference model which allows to specify standards for communications. That means when we want to communicate with our destination, then what are the different phases are going on while communication, or what are the standards and what are the rules and regulations followed by that communication. These all are defined under OSI, that is Open System Interconnection. That means if somebody wants to talk with someone, then how the communication is going on and what are the phases and what are the ways are possible to make the communication successful, that all are defined under the OSI. OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. Okay, so it is a reference model. I will discuss about the OSI in our coming sessions or coming classes. Okay, so this is the diagrammatic representation of components of networking. Okay, so this is printer, this is firewall, this is the internet, and this is the hub. So by using the hub, we can use multiple systems, that is printer, personal computers, laptops, tablet, PC, mobiles, and also laptops. So these all are connected to a hub, and that hub is connected to a firewall, and that firewall is attached to the internet. Whatever the information coming from the internet, that will goes through the firewall and enters into the hub, and the hub is in central position and it will share the resources among the multiple devices connected to it. Okay, so this is all about the components of a network or networking components, but we are using the components in our network communications. Okay, so next we may go through the uses of computer networks. So what are the uses are there? It helps you to share resource such as printers. That means computer networks allows us to share some resources such as printers, and the second one is it allows you to share expensive softwares and a database among network participants. That means those who are connected to the network, they can share all the software techniques or programs among themselves by using a network. Next one is it provides fast and effective communication from one computer to another computer. That means by using the network connection, the two computer systems or two systems can communicate in a faster and effective way by using the computer network. How they are communicating? By sending some messages or information. That information may be text, audio, video, and etc. By sending some emails or by sending some important messages to each other, they can communicate in a faster mode and a effective way. Okay, so what the next? It helps you to exchange data and information among the users via a network. Today we are using our mobile phones, and by using our mobile phones we can also exchange or share some data and programs among ourselves, and it is easy due to of the use of the network. By using the network, we can easily transfer or exchange some information and data among ourselves. So this is all about the uses of computer networks. Next, we may go to the advantages. So what are the advantages of a network or computer network? First one is it enhances communication and availability of information. That means it establishes the network, establishes the communication between the two devices, and it shows the status of availability of resources, what the client wants to access, or clients requests for accessing some files, and that file availability is there or not, it is provided by the computer network, or the clients gets their confirmations if they are connected to the computer networks. Here it is given networking, especially with full access to the web, allows ways of communication that would simply be impossible before it was developed. Okay. Instant messaging can now allow users to talk in real time and send files to other people wherever they are in the world, which is a huge boon for businesses. Also, it allows access to a vast amount of useful information, including traditional reference materials and timely facts such as news and current events. So today we are using our different types of networks to communicate with the whole world, and we are getting news and current events in a faster way. And if people want to communicate with another people who situated at a remote location, then the computer network works as a medium between the two peoples. Okay, and they communicate with themselves easily by using the computer networks. The number 2, it allows for more convenient resource sharing. This benefit is very important, particularly for larger companies that really need to produce huge numbers of resources to be shared to all the people. Okay. If an organization has different branches and large numbers of employees are working together, so if the central one wants to communicate or passes some information to among all employees of all the branches, then they can do it in a simple way by using the computer network. The number 3 is it makes file sharing easier. That means when a computer or a people wants to share some resources or some files to the destination location, then The computer network is the best way to transfer the files in an easier manner. It's given here. Computer networking allows easier accessibility for people to share their files, which greatly helps them with saving more time and effort, since they could do file sharing more accordingly and effectively. The best example is email transfer or email forward. Okay. So number 4 is it is highly flexible. That means this technology is known to be very flexible, as it gives users the opportunity to explore everything about essential things such as software without affecting their functionality, and people will have the accessibility to all information they need to get and share. Okay. So next is number 5. It is an inexpensive system. That means installing networking softwares on our devices would not cost too much, as you are assured that it lasts and can effectively share information to your computers or peers. Next one is it increases cost efficiency. With computer networking, you can use a lot of software products available on the market, which can just be stored or installed in your system or server and can then be used by various workstations. Okay. That means lots of softwares are there. Those are downloaded from the server easily with one computer, and that will work on different systems and different computers used by various workstations or various computers. So definitely it increases the cost efficiency, because we are downloading for once and we are using it into many workstations and various workstations. So number 7 is it boosts storage capacity, because in our web or server we are storing huge amount of informations, and if a client wants to search any information on the web, then it gives the positive response to the client and gives the informations in a fast manner and accurate manner. So definitely it boosts the storage capacity. That means it has the ability to store anything about the world. So that is given here. Since you are going to share information, files and resources to other people, you have to ensure all data and content are properly stored in the system. With this networking technology, you can do all of this without any hassle, while having all the space you need for storage. Okay. So next one is disadvantages of computer networks. So what are the disadvantages? Investment for hardware and software can be costly for initial setup. That means if we are connecting or establishing our network first time, then it may increase the cost due to the hardware and software techniques are followed by the setup. If you don't take proper security precautions like file encryption, firewalls, then your data will be at risk. That means here some protection is needed for our data, because the whole world can access our data, and if we don't give some security, then our file, there is a chance to lose our file or our data. Some components of the network design may not last for many years, and it will become useless or malfunction and need to be replaced. That means those files are not working or useless files should be replaced by new ones in a regular manner. And next one is requires time for constant administration and frequent server failure and issues of regular cable faults. Okay, server failure is also a disadvantage, and the regular cable faults will be also a disadvantages for computer network. So this is all about the computer network and uses of computer network and components of computer network and advantages and disadvantages of computer networks. I hope you understand it. Thank you.